Jai Ho, Jai Sisi Guru Garanga, Jai Shilo Prabhupada. Okay, thank you. Then please accept also my Dandavat Pranam to all of you. And yes, so I hope that everyone is endeavoring in his sadhana or in our sadhana. And because there are really only two ways for which we can endeavor. And that is called, in Sanskrit they call it Shreya and Preya. So Shreya, that is the ultimate, if we strive for the ultimate purpose of life. And Preya means if we endeavor for some so-called temporary pleasure. So Shreya means that that is actually a little bit unpleasant in the beginning, let's say, but later one will get great benefit. And prayer is just the opposite. So it is very pleasant in the beginning, but full of problems later. So we we are meant to follow the way of Shreya. And there's one, actually it was the one Prime Minister from India. His name was Jawaharlal Nehru. He was the first Premier Minister. And he used to keep one poem with him, which is very beautiful. It says, I don't know from whom it is, but he kept always this. It says, "The woods are lovely, dark and deep. But I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I go to sleep. And miles to go before I go to sleep." So that is a little bit illuminating also, because it is showing that we should not endeavor in the pleasure of this world. Because from our Vedic Shastras we know also, like here he uses the word the woods. The woods are lovely. So that means the forests are lovely. These are like the heavenly gardens, no? The heavenly gardens where everyone tries to seek pleasure. But they are also dark, because they are full of ignorance. Ignorance means darkness. And they are deep because they are full of illusions. They're everywhere. Illusionary objects are waiting in those heavenly gardens. So we should keep distance from all of this, and because, and in the second line he's saying, "But I have promises to keep." So that means, for us in that case, we have also commitments, we have vows to our spiritual teachers, to our preceptors, to our guardians. So those promises, if we keep them, we follow them, we keep the vows, what we daily have to do, instead of following blindly or being attracted to those other so-called invitations from those heavenly gardens. And then he says 2 times in these lines, "and miles to go before I go to sleep." So I have miles to go before I have to die, actually. It is the meaning. So we also can say, because we slept already so much, so now is the time to do some extra homework. No? If those boys or girls in the school, those who have messed up the first half of the year, then if they want to make up, they have to do double effort. So I feel myself always in this position to, yes, so much time was wasted and so much time has gone uselessly with useless things. So now I have to try to catch up somehow and not waste the time. And because time in the Baba always saying, time is money, the material people say. But for us, time is paramartha. So that means to attain this highest goal. We want this. And there's also, they say that rest at the end and not in the middle. No? But we can change this a little bit, because rest at the end is also not possible for us. we can say, rest never and serve forever. I would put it like in this way. So our main goal is to be really all the time engaged in service to Guru, Vaishnava and Bhagavan. That is our goal. So if we always aware and keep in mind that yes, now the way maybe seems uncomfortable and difficulty, because it's like this and it has to be like this, but one should think that there will be a bright future waiting for me actually. And so better to tolerate the pain of a little discipline, to discipline our life. Discipline is very important, than later the pain of regret. No? Because we also hear that the pain of discipline is uncomfortable, but the pain of regret is unbearable. So there's better to tolerate the uncomfortableness of the discipline than to later get the pain of regret, which is really unbearable. So at least we must come to the point that we have tried, no? Rather than later thinking, oh, I wish I would have done more. Oh, I wish I would have done this. Why I did not do this? So otherwise, at the end of our lives, all those ghosts, they will come at our bed where we lie to die, and they will whisper in our ears. They will all talk to us, and they will be becoming angry. Why you did not use your time properly? Why you did not do this? Why you wasted your time? So if someone wants to avoid this noise, which will surely come if one uses the time properly, then we should endeavor now and not then wish I would have done more. Now is the time. So you should not waste it. And if we find also one similar verse there in the Bhagavad Gita. It's a famous verse. It's in the 18th chapter. It says, Yattattagri vishwamiva parinami mrityapamam tatsukham satvikam proktam atmabuddhi prasadayam. That is that verse which is telling that there are things, Krishna is telling to Arjuna, that there are things in this world which taste nectar like in the beginning, but they are poisonous at the end. And so the process of yoga means to discipline ourselves and not to run after everything which just glitters. No, there's a saying also, not everything what glitters is gold. And that is true. So if we, especially here in India, there is one fruit which is also considered like the king of all medicines. It's called amla or amlaki. It's very potent. It has so much vitamin C and all kinds of propensities which are good for the body. So it is very nutritious. And nobody would dare in India to throw this fruit. But the thing is that fruit in the beginning, or especially children, it is difficult to eat for them because it is very bitter. So it is very difficult to chew. But so that even though the result is like enormous if one is taking it. And on the other hand, what we have is that yes, there are relationships between man and woman. They seem like very sweet in the beginning, but what actually is obviously is an obvious fact that most of the time it ends in some pain, crisis, and at least divorces. So it's that is the thing. So better to keep all these things in mind. And they did also one experiment, like with some young boys and girls, and they told them that they give one sweet to them today, and they say, okay, you can have this sweet today, but if you don't take it, you will get 2 tomorrow. There was one experiment, and later on they discovered that those who were able to be patient, to wait, they were much more successful in their lives later. So we should not always jump on sense gratification is available. It is like so much. We see so many examples. No, in Babaji Maharaj was speaking about that also, about the fly who is flying in the light, the fish which is attracted to the hook with some. So we have to be careful just to not run everywhere where our senses want to bring us. So at the end, what is important, that we should just endeavor for the path of Shreya and not of prayer, which is maybe it takes some time in the beginning, and we have to apply discipline and be patient, but then it will become nectar at the end. So, but this will be only possible if we also take shelter at a bona fide spiritual master, who is there to guide us on this path of Shreya. No, our Srila Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he used to say that I will only submit, or I will only surrender to such a guru who can give me absolute mangal. Absolute mangal. Many people whom we meet, they will tell us, oh, I don't need guru. They say that everything is inside in me, and through my own meditation and spiritual practice, I will awaken that. And for what? I need another person. Or they also will say that God, He is unlimited. So why shall I follow one person? And in this material world, and to follow so many different kinds of rituals and all kinds of different things and stuff. So many, they feel that also that they are their own gurus, that is most prominent, and everything will be provided by the universe, and everything they get, the universe will provide for the spiritual growth. So why I need a third person for this? I attract everything myself. So why do you use a third person? Just pray to God, no? He is there for everyone. They say, pray to God. Why should I pray to some mediator in between? And also what is common, that everywhere we are used, no? We are grown up. All the science, the media, the art also, culture, etc., everything is very much in line with the thought of total freedom. They all speak about all art, culture, science. They all propagate at the end this total freedom. They inject us with this feeling that we must trust ourselves and we should not lay our destiny in the hands of others. It is so. In that thought, there's surely some reality also in it, we must say, because now we came across so many fake spiritual leaders and religious leaders, those who ultimately only want to cheat the people. So to be alarmed is quite natural, actually. But on the other hand, it can also close all the doors to really surrender and accept a true spiritual guide. And then another very important aspect is that most of us we don't feel actually the necessity to accept the Guru, because we are not able to see the danger in which we are in. If our eyes would be open, Babaji Maharaj often used to say, or he is explaining us, that Maya Devi is creating such a focus on our enjoyment that we have no way to see other things, to see our danger in which we are. To just be focused on that material enjoyment, that makes us so blind, utmostly blind, so we can see nothing else actually than our own enjoyment. Like the firefly, is attracted by that fire so much that is an irresistible urge, which finally causes the fly's death. So because of this material absorption, we cannot see our dangerous situation in which we are put it in. And that makes us not, or allows us not, to search for someone for help. On the other hand, if you see if the doctor or someone diagnoses some cancer or something, some sickness in our body, then we will search for the best doctors, the best medicine, the best treatment, and we will very strictly follow everything. So in this way, in the same way, the spiritual teachers also come to make us aware of our material sickness. The only difference is that, what is the difference? The difference is that the physical sickness we can feel, and it is like disturbing, and it is also interrupting our enjoyment or our further enjoyment. So that's why we try all our best to eliminate it in whatever ways we can. And that's why we put also all our full trust in the doctor. And we do all the needful to get cured as soon as possible. But in the case of spiritual sickness, that is not visible actually. So that's why more or less we are not ready to accept the spiritual master, spiritual teacher. It is actually only for those who, after a long time, they have accumulated some sukriti, somehow or other, and then they become aware of their own condition, in what danger they are put at. What they now understand. Oh my God, I'm sitting on a sinking ship, or like I'm living in a burning house. So how long it will last? I have to come out. I have to arise. I need help. I need to go out. So they want some solutions. They are searching. So that's why they are ready to accept some spiritual guide. And then in the Chaitanya Charitamrita we find in Bengali one verse which Pramanda Pramide Konya Bagan Jeev Guru Krishna Prasadipai Bhakti Lata Beach. So it is that verse says that only by the great fortune one meets a spiritual master. He is wandering Brahmanda, Pramide, up and down in this 49 planetary system, and then by good luck he is having the fortune to meet an actual guide, a spiritual master, which can plant the seed of devotion into our heart. And describes us also the process, how we can get cured, how we can come out of this danger. And as soon as we receive that seed, we must also be ready to, like sadhu sangha is like the fence, because if you plant something, then if the plant which is growing is very young, then some wild animals, some goats, some can come and eat up that plant. So it has to be always a fence around As soon the seed is planted, there need to be a fence around, and that is sadhusanga. And then there need to be, of course, water and the sunlight, and the water is like the chanting and the hearing of pure Harikatha. And in this way, slowly, our seed is growing. Yes. Actually, it is a fact that everything, we have to learn. We have to learn from teachers in this world. Someone has to show or to teach us how to ride the bicycle, or how we learned it. Some maybe, there are very few, they will do it themselves, but most of the people, we need teachers. We need to learn how to swim. We need to learn how to drive a car. We need to learn everything. So any skill which we want to learn, be it an instrument or be it sport or whatsoever, those who want to perfect their craft, they mostly rely on more advanced or experienced persons from whom they can learn more, because now at present they don't have this kind of experience, because these are things out of their range now at the moment, and that's why they seek guidance. So in the same way, we need to rely also on our spiritual teachers. If we want to know what is beyond our body and mind experience, and to know the solution of for all our problems. So, and that journey is starting with faith, actually, Shraddha. Srila Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta, he told that if we want to follow the path of of true mangal, auspiciousness in life, then we should give up, we must give up the countless voices of popular wisdom and follow only in the footsteps of those realized souls. So in this world we can find so many pathways, each one leading to different destinations. And our Srila Sadananda Swami, he used also to say that this material world is like a train station. So from there, all possibilities are there. It just depends on which counter you are going. And you can get the ticket. Of course, you must have also the money in the pocket. If you want to go a far distance, you need to have that amount. It is available. Even the highest destinations, they are available beyond the material world. Even in this material world, so many counters are there, which are so many destinations are available. And this is really surprising and fascinating, that we have the chance to go from here, if we go to the right counter, with the right amount of money, let's say, with the right amount of sukriti, then we will be able to travel far beyond, far destinations which are far beyond this material universe. So all possibilities are there. It depends only on which counter we are buying our ticket. So most of the people, they go to crowded counters, because they know what is available there. There is so much propaganda and advertisement of some popular people in this world that everybody wants to become a sports star, or to become a scientist or a politician, which all these ways, usually young people, they want to become like a doctor, or now the jobs are changing, but maybe they want to become like a coder or some, I don't know, all these different jobs are now coming, but they want to follow these pathways. So for all, if these destinations, or if you follow those people, they have already given a blueprint. It's like done. We just need to follow them. So many have walked this path before to become this or that. So many have become a doctor, so I just need to follow them, I will also become a doctor. There is a great chance if I follow that branch, then if I follow that way to reach the same goal. But what did Srila Prabhupada say here in this, when he says, give up the countless voices of wisdom from those material people. Because everybody will come to us and he will tell us, he will have something to say. And he will also be ready to guide us. Very enthusiastic. Yes, follow me, you have to do this. But Srila Prabhupada is telling us here that if we really want absolute Mangal in our life, then we must take action and follow only in the footsteps of those realized souls. So we don't say that the other paths, they are useless, but one has to consider that that this is so-called happiness, and these paths are all temporary. So there is a third-class happiness which leads us, at the end we will reach amangal, inauspiciousness. So for those who really have enough of this third-class happiness and want to get elevated to, let's say, to the Premier League, then you know there's a Premier League, and then for them Srila Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta is saying that they must follow in the footsteps of the realized devotees. There is no other way to reach that highest Mangal. There's also a beautiful verse is there in the Srimad Bhagavatam which says, Swayam samuttirya sudustaram tyumam pavanavam vimam madabra sauridaha pavat padam mambura navamartate nidayayata sattanu graho bhavan. So and Srila Sridhar Maharaj, he gives a very nice comment on this verse. He says that here the Srimad Bhagavatam is telling us that that we in the ocean there is a compass needed. Now we need a compass, is the only guide in the ocean. And in the world of infinity, our only guide are the footsteps of these Mahabhagavatas. Because they have already marked the way by their footprints. And they can show, if we follow them, the highest abode is reachable for us. Often Srila Baba Maharaj, he tells us that the spiritual leaders or acharyas, they can give us as much as they have. No, there are different acharyas with different power. And one acharya has maybe 80% to give, and someone 90%. But if you want 100 rupees and you go to someone who has only 80 rupees, then you will be disappointed. You will not get this. So that is why it is written in the scriptures that Gurur Bhajana Vigram. Vigram means by the strength of the Gurudev's bhajan, one will get the power. So one needs to have a very, very powerful guru. So if we really want to get this 100%, the 100 note, then we need to go to such a guru who is complete and who is able also to give us this way. Srila Prabhupada used to say that I will only commit to such a guru who can give me this 100% benefit, not less than that. And Srila Keshav Maharaj, Babaji Maharaj is telling that Keshav Maharaj told, or he is saying that people are going to places where there's actually, they are approaching sadhus by begging from them something which is actually not available there. And most of the people, they fall at the feet of such gurus. They worship them. They put flower garlands. but actually that what they are searching is not with that sadhu. So to illustrate this, you can just imagine that there are some footprints on the beach. If you go to the beach, you can go in Brazil, there are many nice beaches, I think, and or also in the snow, you can go in the snow, and if some person goes in front of us, so you will see all these prints, no? The footprints. And now the footprints, they will end at different destinations. So if I want to go to a particular destinations, but then I follow someone whose footprints are only reaching to some distance, then I will be disappointed. So I must, especially all those karmi yogis, karmi gurus, or jnani gurus, yogi gurus, so-called gurus, they can guide us to some particular way, but not further. So if you have the desire to go further, then we will be disappointed, because at one point there will be no more steps visible, no more prints visible in front of us. And then we don't know where to go, what to do, and we are disappointed. So we need to go to someone who is really coming down from the spiritual world, and who is able, if you follow him, he has shown all the footsteps, means he is showing the bhajan to attain this goal. His sadhana, everything, what he practices, are like the footprints. How do bhajan, how to behave, to reach that destination. So if we do that, we will be able to reach that destination. Otherwise, there will be no guarantee, no surety. So the only way to this, which is open to this absolute mangal, is only to follow those pure and realized souls. That is the actual blueprint for our spiritual life. And we want to follow that exact procedure of bhajan. What they have shown, then we will this will be the ticket for that highest destination, that process to follow this. So this is our ticket. If we show this after, then we will get also entry. We will be able to reach our destinations. And it's not only we can see the footprints, even then it is that they will be our constant guide, in this land of faith. So they will be always there for us. And Sridhar Maharaj explains that, like in the ocean, the compass gives, or the light tower is the only support for those ships in the ocean. So in the same way, those sadhus, they are the light towers in this material ocean where we are in. So if it's only our faith which is necessary to reach, sometimes everything starts with surrender, with trust, to have faith. So if we don't have this faith, then faith which is of course not blindly, but is based on the Shastra, Guru and Vaishnava. They also, it was Christopher Columbus who said that you will never be able to see what is beyond the horizon unless you are ready to sail away from the shore. So that is very nice. So because we cannot desire to see the horizon and stay at the shore, both at the time it is not possible. So we have to jump into the unknown and be ready to take that step. And we have to make the so-called step out of our comfort zone. Babaji Maharaj also wrote one article to jump into seva. And that is, as long we are not ready to start the process, to chant, to hear, to do seva, we will not be able to move an inch even. So like one can never learn how to swim without jumping into the water. Babaji Maharaj is telling, and Prabhupada is giving this example with this boy who wanted to swim, but he did not want to go in the water. So he asked his mother if he can learn swimming, if the mother can bring some teacher to learn him swimming without that he needs to go in the water. So in that way, it will be never possible to learn swimming. In the same way, we have to jump into seva, and then actually everything will evolve from that. So we have to trust the spiritual guide, and with full faith, follow all the instructions. And that is the only procedure in this unknown land. And really, they are always with us, because they are always on our side. They're going through thick and thin. They are constantly going through with us, which all up and downs we have, they are constantly accompanying us. And once I saw one beautiful clip. It was like from some grizzly bears in Colorado or somewhere in those mountains, and these were snowy mountains, and there they showed how one. It was the mother and one small grizzly bear. And the mother already went one slope up and was waiting up for the small bear to come. And then the small bear also tried his best, but it happened so, like we also try our best on our spiritual path, but sometimes we have our ups and downs, and it's unavoidable at this stage. But so that bear, the mother, up was very, you could really see how she was moved, how she was with her son or with her child, that now he will make it, because that small bear was always trying to go up and up and up, and then slide. And he would slide all down. Even sometimes he would slide more down than he came before. So, but the mother very eagerly, she's because she cannot go down also. But with the mind, she's always with that, with her son, with that small grizzly bear. So in the same way, we are also, Gurudev is also watching from up, how we are walking through this life, how we are walking, and we also slide sometimes away, and then we try again, and in this way. And finally, that small bear, he reached the place where his mother was, and then both of them, they jumped and went away into the forest to go further very happily. So in this way, I want just to tell that really there is always someone who is above us and watching us, and seeing all our difficulties in life. And just a few minutes I want to add something from last time, that about where we spoke about Nanda Utsav, and how especially Nanda Maharaj, he arranged so much festivals and charities on the appearance day of his son, on the birth, when his son was born, and he just was in the mood of giving. So there, Srila Prabhupada actually also, he said that to serve, what means to serve? To serve means to give. So Prabhupada said to serve is our natural position. And if you go to India, soon all of you will come, and then there are temples, especially Gaurnitai deities, also Radharani. They always, which mudra they have? Gaurnitai is standing there with open hand. If you go to Dhameshwara, how he is standing with open hand. He is always to give. So all our Guru Varga is coming from the same source, no? From Nityananda Prabhu. So they came only to give. And but what we see in the material world, we can see the total opposite of giving. Our whole life, we are trained to quench out the most possible of each and every person or things around us. That is the nature, everybody is doing. So in the material world, everyone is like a beggar, begging for honor, prestige, etc., etc., etc. Money, this and that. So if you look at the economic, also all the resources, how our Mother Earth, Bhumi, everything is taken away just with utmost greediness actually. Everybody is very greedy. The goal is just to take as much as possible and to become as much like a big boss in society. So that is the goal, to take, and in this way it will show the greatness. So that is the society which is based on the philosophy of Ravan and Kamsa, Shishubal and all those demons. So take as much as you can and enjoy. That is their life formula. So yeah, even people are seen to externally give, that is the fallacy. So, but if we watch close, we will discover that they are actually all beggars. No? If someone donates or gives like in charity, then it's on one side he is giving, like he's like a donor. But the actual nature in his heart, if you would check it, if you would see it, is that he's a beggar. Either he's begging for a higher destination, so he can enjoy more later, or he begs for honor and adoration, because now he has given in charity. So inside, outside, externally he is giving something, and everybody honors him and this and that, but internally he is begging. So what he is, we are what we are inside. He is a beggar, even though he gives outside. And the same formula we can apply like those who are distributing wisdom. And or in spiritual circles, we can also see that externally those acharyas or the spiritual leaders, they are distributing knowledge. They are distributing, but internally they are begging for labh, puja and pratishta. So outside they are giving something. It looks like they are serving the people, but actually they are just beggars. They also for sure they can beg for some higher destination or just for honor and prestige. No? So then what is that giving like? But that is not the case with our Guru Varga. So in the life of our Guru Varga, we can see that there is not the slightest selfishness at all with them. They are only giving. They are giving. There is no trick or fake behind. But they are even more. Babaji Maharaj explained in this Purushottam Mat that there is sva-artha, parata, this is selfishness, and no selfishness, or selflessness is sva-artha parata, and nishta-artha parata is no selfishness. Para-artha parata, that means like what we are doing, we are interested in the satisfaction of Bhagavan, of Guru and Vaishnava. So all of them, they are only purely and unconditionally giving, no? So that same mood is also our innermost bhav actually. This is our nature. But while we are coming in contact with this material world, we have all become the opposite. There's also one verse in Satsantoshani which we can find from our Guru, Gaudiya Guru Varga. They are saying, Tomara bhajane najan milorati, jada mohamati sada duramati, vishayera kache tekete kiyami, hoinu vishaya para. So that also, what is showing? That vishayera kache tekete kiyami. So by just becoming, we are coming near to those sense enjoyers or to this material world, we have also become the same sense enjoyers. So that is our misfortune. That is also why sometimes Babaji Maharaj says, and this is very nice and important, he gives a beautiful example with Srila Rupa Manjari, that he says that you see the beauty of Srila Rupa Manjari, that because then we can discover our own ugly and dirty face. Because Rupa Manjari is full of this beautiful seva bhav, only to give, but we are only taking and taking and taking. So when Krishna is also going to Kupcha, Krishna did also not see her external appearance, which was like ugly. Rather, he said that you are so beautiful, very, very beautiful. And even externally she looked ugly. But Krishna saw that, he saw the seva bhav which was awakened in Kupcha. And so all our spiritual activities, they are only for this, no? To awaken this, the actual tendency of seva. Seva bhava hoya vilas. Srila Narottama Das Thakur is singing that, oh, when will this bhava of seva come into my heart? Nowadays we can say we do seva, but that seva can be disguised as a beggar. It can be done just to get la, puja and pratishta. So that's why Srila Narottama is praying. We want to get really this seva mood, constant seva mood. Otherwise, if that does not happen, then maybe we externally we doing some seva. It is like an act of giving. We do something, but internally we want to be recognized. We want to be honored. We want to be, oh, everybody should know this seva I have done, that seva I have done, and for that we are externally giving, but internally we're just a beggar because we want to get confirmation, la, puja and pratishta. So that is the fallacy in most of those religious organizations, that they keep the banner of selfless seva in front of their temples, but actually they are nothing else than beggars. So they're begging after la, puja and pratishta, nothing else. So with this thought to this topic, I was reflecting on this a little bit more. That's why I wanted to share this. And now it's 6, so we can open a little bit if someone also has to share something or to ask or give a comment or whatever, then please everyone feel free, and thank you very much for all your time. And yes, Dandavat Pranam, Jai Gaura.